new year. We're bringing in 2024 with a bang. Collector Showcase Season 2 finale is finally here.
Dom, they said we were never going to make it.
I know. Love the doubters. Don't hate the player, hate the game, all that good stuff, but it doesn't matter. We are here, and we're going to do this today.
Today. It ends today. There can be only one winner. And to make it even more exciting, because of the way maths works, we've got 3 contenders in the final. Shall we introduce them? I'm going to introduce them in a random order. This isn't an order of seeding or anything like that. This is just truly a random order. Welcome to the stage, Russian Max.
Hi, Max. Max.
Sorry. I said I'm excited
Right.
for this tournament to come to its conclusion.
Wasn't everyone else?
No.
Okay, next up, your Wireless Henry, who's arrived on mute, but he's now off mute, which is good because we might need you to talk. Your Wireless Henry, welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're finally we made it. We're finally here. We made it.
We are here. That is what they call the topic of the day, right? The highlight of the day. We are finally here.
We're finally here. And last but certainly not least, freed from Jeff Golden Age Guru's basement. Welcome to the show, Phil.
One true spoiler. How's it going, everybody?
Well, happy New Year to everybody.
Happy
All
New
right. 3 of you. Usually it's nice to see men enter a one-man lead. In this case, 3 of you ladies will enter, and 1 of you will leave. And with that goes the title, Collector Showcase Season 2. Along with that, we've got a couple of giveaways that Nickel and Dime Collectibles was so gracious to donate. Been a big supporter of the IG page of the Collector Showcase. So hats off to Lino and his gang for donating these. Whoever wins is going to get those 2 books, and then whatever slop Sunil has donated goes directly to you. So anyways, we're going to kick this off. It's going to be a little bit different, chat. We're still going 6 rounds, 6 books, graded or raw, potential for a tiebreaker in the 7th round. All 3 contestants are going to show the book at the same time. We're going to have a straw poll in the chat. You get the vote, and then we go on and so forth. So good luck to everybody. Any questions?
Let's roll.
Let's
No
roll.
questions.
Rock and roll. Round 1. It doesn't matter who goes first. Round 1. Get your books up. Get ready to show them. You guys all have them. You ready? Show your round 1 books, please. Oh, look at this guy kicking it off with a bang.
That punch
Right.
and that pep. Dear God, guys.
Let's kick off. Max, let's go with you. Tell us about this Pep Comics.
Sure. So it's a PEP 22. It's a raw. It's the first appearance of Archie in comics from 1941. I bought it conserved amateur conservation, the 3.0. So you could look at the label notes there. So 3.0 conserved PEP 22, small cover and interior reinforced with glue, a small piece of tape on the last page, staples replaced. CBCS, first appearance of Archie.
Banger.
So, I think there's like 20 or 40 on the census, but you tell us, Sunil.
Well, I'm typing as fast as I can.
Gotta drop
Tech
it.
support is going wild. Can't you hear those plunks?
So yeah, I mean, to me, this is it's a ghost book. It doesn't come up for sale that often. I think I see it maybe like once a year in any condition, any grade. Go up for auction. I've bought the last couple, so I don't know that. I think it's pretty rare. I think it's pretty cool. So
That's cool as hell, man.
that's
Great
my
book.
opening round book.
So we're gonna let people go through their books and then I'll give some stats, but I'll give one early spoiler. Max said it was rare. In my head, I thought it was pretty rare. I've just looked at the numbers. Oh my god, that is a rare book. But let's jump to Phil. Phil, let's see it's a Gen 13 book, I believe.
This is a Gen 13 book. I know last time everybody liked the whole Janet Jackson Rolling Stone recreation cover. This is one of the other covers that came out in the variant of the first Gen 13, and this is the obvious Pulp Fiction variant. So there wasn't a ton of these. Obviously, as you guys know, I am more of a 90s comics kid. I am a big fan of the Gen 13s and the J. Scott Campbells. I'm one of those guys. And so I thought, since it worked before, we're going to throw one out again with a modern autographed by J. Scott Campbell. This is just another one of my favorite books from my PC. So
and Phil, sorry for my ignorance here. Is that Gen 13 number 1? Is that a
yes,
variant
this is
number
Gen
1?
13 number 1. Yep, and it's the Pulp Fiction variant.
Okay,
I'm sure there's many of them, but
I've got to say that is not an easy book to find. But I'm going to keep looking.
It's harder to find for sale. Just like that Janet Jackson one. It is a hard one to track down. But again, that modern variant game seems to be kind of a bit more of my my odd curveball to throw into this series and bracket. So I thought, why stop now? And I'm just going to up the ante from the beginning.
All right, let's go.
It's obviously a cosplayer. This is obviously not. So this is more of a photo variant.
Big fan of that run. Big fan of the Gen 13 run.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So I'm hopeful. I hear rumors once in a while about Lee and Campbell bringing it back, and I'd have a ton of fun with it. But we'll see.
All right.
Okay, and then last but not least, your Wireless Henry coming through with the punch.
Put this up in honor of Don. I think it's one of his favorite books, if I'm not mistaken. So it's Punch 12. Hopefully, some pre-code fans in here. Tough to find, obviously, skull cover. Yeah, I mean, 1945. Not a whole lot of them. You don't see them very often. It's a great cover, great book, and that's my first show.
It's a banger, man. That is a banger of a book. Congrats on that. Chat, straw post is in the comments. Hit the link, cast your vote. Who takes round 1? Pep, 22, first Archie. Gen 13 with the classic SIG, Pulp Fiction cover, or this banger of a classic skull cover, one of the greats, Punch 12. Who's going to take it? Up to you to vote.
Okay, let's take everyone through, and we're going to run through in order that the books were shown. Let's start with the Pep comics. Max alluded to it being rare. Oh my god, there are 35 copies on the census. 35. That blows my mind. Of the 35, 20 universals, and 15 restored. That's the CGC census, not the combined, but that is a very, very rare book, and not one you see very often. I'm just looking now at registered sales of it. Very, very few. This is a truly, truly rare book. Next up, we had the Gen 13. The Gen 13 is from 1995. There are a total of 100 on the census. 77 blues, 23 signed copies, of which Phil's is a signed copy. And then lastly, the Punch 12 is just loading up for me, he says, as his internet doesn't do what it wants it to do. Hang on with me 1 second. Let's get you the data on Punch 12. Keep votes coming in. No, I have no numbers for you. That is just loading up for me, he says. internet doesn't do what it wants it to do. Be one sec. Let's get your data on Punch 12. Keep votes coming in. No. Oh, it's just
Longer and
loading up
longer
for
we
me.
wait.
It says internet doesn't do what it wants. One sec. Let's get your data 12.
Is that giving you
Votes
like a repeat
in.
audio?
Oh, it's just loading up for me. It says internet doesn't do what it wants. One sec. Let's get your data 12.
Is that giving you like a repeat audio?
Oh, it's just loading up for me. It says internet.
I'm gonna take a stab at it, Sunil, and see what we got for info on that. The longer we wait, the closer that gap closes. Max and the Pep is gaining some ground on the Punch 12, and there is a pity vote for the Gen 13. You got one family member, I think, voted for you, Phil.
That's messed up.
And it's a little bit messed up, but it might be the truth, though. All right, let's check it out. So we got some data here. There are a total of, it is a scarce book, man. Wow. There's only 32 graded copies of the Punch 12. Highest graded is an 8.0, 7.5, a 7.0, down to the 2.0. We're a 2, and then you've got a bunch under the 1.5 all the way down to a 0.5. So very, very low census on that. Scarce book. It is at times considered a grail in the pre-code horror, one of the better of the skull covers out there. And it's a classic get for a collector in that genre. So two great classic books here. One very popular book for the modern age in the Gen 13 Pulp Fiction cover. We're going to call it in a few. Right now, Punch 12 is ahead. Small margin, 19-16. We're going to give it a couple more, and then we're going to call it round one. Going to go in the books. 3, 2, 1. Round one goes to your Wireless Henry with that banger. Punch 12 coming out, setting the tone.
I think I'm back, and my audio is hopefully not horrible now.
You're okay.
Sorry
You're
about
better.
that. I don't know what happened.
All right. Great first round there. Two classic Golden Age pre-code horror books there. Kick off round one. Let's get into round two. You boys have your books ready. Phil?
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Show your books, please. Danger Girl. Oh, look at this shit. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Oh, man. Look at that. All right. Way to set it. Way to set it. Excellent. Excellent.
Dom, I know this has been a running theme, but you know the phrase bringing a knife to a gunfight.
Yeah.
Phil feels like he's brought a banana to a nuclear war. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
He muted himself because he doesn't want to let people know what he's really saying.
Yeah, you should see the next round, okay?
Phil,
You
what
should
book is
see the
that?
next.
Okay. Let's kickstart this round with Phil.
This is Danger Girl #1, autographed by the entire team here. We've got ourselves J. Scott Campbell, Hartnell Garner, the whole crew. Yeah, yeah, this was just part of that entire Image cliffhanger run. This is where J. Scott really kind of got to do more of his own thing after the, in my opinion, than just what he got to at Gen 13. But this is definitely more niche. This is something I only just found recently. I was never a Danger Girl collector or fan until probably the last year that I started to branch out of some of the other things, looking for projects he's done. And Danger Girl seemed to always be one of the popular ones that people would chat about or get statues or calendars of or things of that nature. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and this is where I started for it. So yeah. There's not a lot of details on this one.
It's actually a pretty badass run, to be honest with you. I've got a lot of that.
You do good.
It's a pretty good run. Some great artwork. J. Scott kills it with the ladies and how he draws them. So
I want to get a collection so I can read that, because I hate opening my books sometimes, So
send me your address. I'll send you my stuff.
All right.
By the way, we have to give credit for the fact that Phil has done the lighting in his room to match that book. It, like, the purples reflect very wonderfully on the back wall for you. Moving on to Russian Max.
So this is an All-Star 8, first appearance of Wonder Woman in comics. It's a 3/5 off-white pages. I think it's a pretty respectable grade for this book. Usually you get all the ones and 1.0, 1.5, 1.8. So happy with this copy. It has the Justice League on the cover, and Wonder Woman persists to this day as a big part of the DC universe. So All-Star 8,
Classic cover.
Wow.
Right?
All-Star 8, 3.5 off-white pages as well on that, which is a lot of those books are cream, as you would imagine. Next up, your Wireless Henry. Tell us about it.
So I'm going for the popular vote, I hope. So this is the time the world used to spend. It's Amazing Fantasy 15. It's in the 2.5. Presents beautifully. It's got the marble. A lot of these up here. You can see that. But other than that, the front cover looks really, really nice. So that's, favorite books. One of the ones that I've always wanted in the PC, and first appearance Spider-Man.
Not too shabby, man. Two big pulls right there, and a great modern age J. Scott autograph. The straw poll is in the comments, chat. Cast your vote for round 2. Who's going to take it? First Wonder Woman, first Spidey, first Wonder Woman, first Spidey, or that
thing.
autograph of the Danger Girl.
That thing.
Yeah, that one.
That thing. All right.
Anyway.
Let's run through it in order. Danger Girl, 436 graded copies. There's 2 9.9s out there. 171 9.8s, 77 9.8s signed. So it's not, by modern standards, it's not a huge number of copies. There are copies available, but that is a very cool book. And how many 6 were on there, Phil? Like
3. All 3. I got Campbell,
26.
Hartnell, and Garner. All 3 on it.
That is quite the book. Then next up, we've got the All-Star Comics number 8. This is at 202 on the CGC sensors, 144 blues, of which Max's is obviously a blue copy, which is pretty wild. The 16 blue 3.5s, that puts it in the top 60% of copies graded. The highest graded on the sensors is a Soul 9.4. Then there's 1 9.2, 2 9.0s. So the 3.5 is, as Max very very sort of downplayed it, is a wonderful grade for that book, and it presents incredibly well. Some of you would have seen the absolutely fucking monster sale on Heritage. I'm pretty sure there was a monster sale on this week. Was there? Am I right? Was it this or was it Sensation? No, it was
it was, they had the 9.4 go up. Yep.
Yeah, which went for like 1.5 million. Jesus Christ. It's a big book. And then finally, Amazing Fantasy 15. I'm looking at Go Collect. So these numbers seem high to me. So guys, correct me if you think I'm wrong. This says there are 3,834 Amazing Fantasy 15s, which
You
seems
looking at the
high to me.
facsimiles? You looking at the facsimile?
No, that sounds right. I think.
I was surprised by that.
No, it's a Silver Age book at the end of the day. So the census,
Yeah.
it's rare for a silver book, but there's still high print runs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean that threw me. I'm just checking a second source for it, just to make sure I'm right. No, it is right. There are a surprisingly large number of copies of it. I'll give you those numbers again. There are 3,834. And the copy that we are considering today is a 2.5. A 2.5 is in the top 69.7%. Of course, there are a lot of signed. There's 826 restored on this. So there's actually, there's a decent number of copies out there. But of course, without doubt, there are only two books you could ever mention as kings of the Silver Age, in my opinion: Amazing Fantasy 15 and Showcase 4. So that is one of those books right there. Two amazing books, three amazing books: Amazing Fantasy 15, All Star 8, and the Danger Girl 1.
You know what's pretty interesting here is when you look at the sales data, it is legitimately 50% from the highs on that book, on that grade. 50K down to 25 and change. Amazing where this book has gone and where it's come back to. Pretty interesting stuff.
Sorry, I didn't realize I still had to show this. My bad. No, I don't have to. We're good.
I think we know what. We know what you showed, Phil. Thank you so much for joining.
Dom,
Yes.
Dom,
Tom,
did you
I think
move your mic?
Yeah, your mic's you're a little choppy.
Your microphone's chopping up.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell Terry to stop watching Pornhub in the other room, and
He's not in there. He locked the door. He tried to get in, but I locked the door.
Oh, Thierry. All right, Dom. It looks like this vote is going a certain way.
It does. Pretty handedly, yes. By a landslide. We're going to call it. We're going to stop the pain right here, right now. Round 2 in the books. Henry taking it down 2 in a row with that Silver Age Grail, AF-15, first Spidey. Nice job, Henry. Very nice books.
Thank you.
All right, so let's take a moment and talk about your goals for 24. I know, Phil, you've been selling off your collection. Henry and Max, you're more of, the buyers out of the three here. You guys have pretty, I would say, different styles. What's the get for this year for books? Henry?
I don't have anything too specific. She just picked up something that I've been looking for a few years. I've been looking for a few years for, which is a Mystic 6. I was really happy to pick that up. I don't have anything specific. I think this year I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on upgrading some books. I think that's probably my 2020. But listen, you see something that sometimes you didn't realize you needed until you see it, kind of thing. So those things always tend to happen. But for now, the main goal is upgrade some books that I already have.
Max, what about you? What's next on the hit list?
Not really targeting anything. I have the books that I want. So I think it's, some other stuff that we'll see what happens, but nothing too specific.
Nice.
Not a
Phil?
fun answer, but
I mean, yeah, I've definitely been trying to go from bulk down to more like, some more directed things. I am in a lot of different collectibles. Obviously, I've got a big thing for Legos and a lot of other Star Wars memorabilia, things of that nature. But I would say out of the comics, I'm a big, huge Justice League Dark fan. And so I'm trying to start to collect the characters from there. I'm after a Hawkman 4. I want them raw. I'm not a big graded book guy. So I also too like to try and find it myself. So I am after a Hawkman 4 first Satana appearance. I've got Constantine, I've got a few others, but yeah, that's my direction. So like some of me getting rid of some of the, obviously lots of moderns, tons of stuff like that, that you see in my collection on a regular basis. I spending all this time with, Jeff, Fantast, all these other collectors, Theo, things of that nature. When I go to these sales and I get to do these things and all the collectors we've been meeting, I realized that there's been just like a whole universe of books I've not really gotten into since I really started recollecting again these last 5 years. So it's kind of opened up my eyes a lot. And so there's lots of new problems Phil's getting, but that's the reason why he's selling the things he has now, which is, tons of moderns, lots of indies, things of that nature, and trying to now use that to focus into some other different particular characters to move into in the future. So, I mean, you guys have had influence despite all the craziness that you see from me. You guys do influence the fuck out of me. So just letting you know.
And Dom, last time we heard, you were on a mad run to complete that punch run.
Yeah, I punched myself in the face multiple times. I gave up on it because it is stupid. It's stupid. And, hey, I like a challenge. But, I don't want to hurt myself on the
How far
way.
did you get?
I got punch 1, which to me was a huge get. And then I got two oddballs that I'm going to burn. And that was it. 3 books in, and I said, the hell with this. Listen, the 9 and 12 are the ones to get in the run, and it's like I'm going to sell a kidney and a liver to buy both of them, and
Livers grow back, Dom. I mean, you could sell it a couple of times probably if you time it right.
I could.
Just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Get that little end, give it 5 more years, get another little end, give it a 5,
Yeah. I was in line. I was in line for the sperm, the unvaccinated sperm shot. They were given $35,000 for a drop. You know what I mean? For every shot. But then I got to the line and I'm like, $35K. I'm unvaccinated. I'm clean. They're like $3,500. I'm like, I'm out. See you later.
we should have asked him for more money.
I mean, 3,500.
Oh, it's Italian.
I mean, what happened to that one guy though? They had like
Anybody.
100 kids come back to him or something like that. I mean, do you need to worry about that?
I love comic books, but I like there's a line, right? There's a line. But
He loves kids too.
I love kids too. I love my 3 kids. 3 kids.
He loves his own kids, just in case YouTube are
3
watching.
kids. So for me, the hunt this year is going to be, we're going to lock down an AF-15. We're going to lock down a punch 12. We're going to lock down a punch 9. And those would be my 3 gets for the year.
Amazing. Right. Dom, I've lost track. Did we call that last round?
Yeah.
We did call it, yes. Yes, I went to Henry. Won by like 72 votes.
Just so I can just double check, the scores are Russia Max 1, Wireless Henry 1,
No.
0.
Max didn't win. Henry won the first 2 rounds.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. Sorry.
Look at Max playing coy.
There's
I
a
didn't say
fix.
anything. Max is like, I'm not saying anything. I got to win, and I didn't win.
No, I lost.
Yeah,
People-
Max won the.
Okay.
Max has lost the first 2 rounds. Henry is up 2-0, and Phil is a very happy spectator, showing off his modern age beautiful books.
Shit's about to get weird, man. This
Let's
next
go.
few
Let's
rounds.
see
I'm
it.
still here. Let's just
Phil
go.
got votes. Phil got
Is the
votes.
mic better? Is the mic
Don't just
better?
kill him. He got
Mike's
spoiled.
So
better.
much,
Mike's
so
good.
much better. So much
Okay.
better. Thank God.
So much
All right.
better.
It was really rough for a minute. Right.
Fantastic. All right, let's kick into
round three.
round three. Round three. Let's roll. Let's get the chat back in and voting and showing off some books. 3, 2, 1. Show your round three books, please.
I'm showing shoes, goddammit.
What is that? Hey, while these guys are showing off the books, chat, if you like what you do, if you want to see season 3, if you want to see a season 3, don't mind Phil. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and maybe we'll come back for season 3.
Well, this took a turn. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey
Shit.
man, I told you I was out of stuff, and Dom and you guys said just like, hey man, it's collectibles. Throw it up
Okay.
there. Nobody
All right.
cares.
I'm gonna
I did.
Guess
okay.
what?
I'm gonna chip in. I'm gonna come in for Phil, and I'm gonna add. This is Phil's book.
Okay.
This is Phil's book.
Okay.
No, just put Phil for sneaker.
Dude, I'm not here for
Or I guess,
charity.
you know what? I think Phil gets disqualified from the round.
Yeah. No.
You're
Phil,
afraid,
Phil,
you're afraid of
Phil
this
play-
book, Max. Max,
Phil
you're
plays-
afraid of this book
Qualified.
because you know what it will
Phil plays-
do.
Phil, why you don't have any more comic books in your entire room?
Oh no, I've got some other things in here. I was just basically having fun now at this point.
Phil plays the sneaker. Max.
Here we go.
All right.
Dirty
There we
Pair.
go.
That's a great book, man. That's a great book. Dirty Pair. That's a fantastic book.
Yeah,
Right there. That's a great one. All
you
right.
recognize it.
I do recognize it. I recognize those asses anywhere.
Let's all keep it calm. Right, Max. Tell us about your book first. Holy shit.
So it's a Detective 31 1/5. A lot of people consider this the best cover of all time. A big subsect of folks, even those who, don't like Batman, still consider this, a top cover of the Golden Age. Glad to have one in a blue condition. It's, really great. And happy to have this as like a corner piece in any collection, really. So
Max is owed
Right. 1.5
Great
blue on that. Wireless Henry up next.
All right, yeah. So I mean, I had a little bit of a strategy coming in because I'm not going to compete with some of the price Max has in his book. So I got to go for the popular characters. I hope. So this is the first time we see the punch in AS 129. The grade is just about as good as you can get. So yeah, I mean, out of all the books, 50 is probably my favorite cover. But this is my favorite Spider-Man book of all time. First appearance of the Punisher and the Jackal.
Nice book. 9/8 white.
White
Not
pages.
too shabby. Not too shabby. There it is. There it is.
Right, there it is. Dirty Pair.
There it is.
Phil, tell us about your book.
So this is the Dirty Pair, Run from the Future from, I believe, around 2000. This is the Adam Hughes variant, obviously a recreation of many a collector's other favorite series. But yes, this is definitely a highly sought after variant as far as things go. You can definitely find copies out there. There's definitely I wouldn't call them rare, but I would say this is in the variant game. This is one of the good gets, I would say.
Top of the food chain, right there.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that and my other that Les Chat Noir and my Janet. These are one of my few ones. So yeah.
Nice book, man.
Okay.
Right. Straw poll is in the comments chat. Cast your vote. Who's going to take it? Tech 31, ASM 129, or the Adam Hughes variant, the Dirty Pair?
Right, let's kickstart. Detective Comics 31. There are just 101. 01.
Wow.
61 blues, 1 signed, 36 restored. That's the CGC census again, not the CBCS. 1.5 is obviously towards the lower end, but like, you know, let's all get a grip. The highest on the census, there's a 9.2 restored. The highest blue is an 8.0. Max's 1.5 takes it on the top 82%. There are 11 copies lower than that one.
Wow.
But that is that is a very, very scarce book.
Wow.
Indeed. Jumping to The Amazing Spider-Man, obviously we just talked about it a little bit. There are far more in a sort of bronze book. There are 15,437 in a blue label. Your Wireless Henry described it as one of the best copies you could get. It is joint top of the census. There is no 9.9. No one has a 9.9 on that book. There is only 9.8. So that's it. It's top of the pile. It's top of the tree. 9.8 white pager. It doesn't get bigger than that. The Dirty Pair Run for the Future #1, the Adam Hughes variant. If you haven't seen it before, I would encourage you, go have a look at the cover. What a thing. 23 years old. It's from January 2000. There are just 220 copies on the census, 181 universal copies, 38 signature copies, 9.8 top of the pile. But that is a pretty rare, and when we're talking about modern books, that is a cool modern book. Get your votes in. We are talking about rare in the Adam Hughes. We're talking about classic covers with the tech. We're talking about one of the most iconic characters that Marvel produced during the Bronze Age, ASM 129. Who is going to take this round? It's tight at the top. 22 for ASM 129, 18 for Tech 31. This is a very, very tight round.
Who knew that 129 is better than Tech 31?
22 people.
Yes.
Marvel fans.
It is, yeah. It's characters. It's the Punisher, iconic. That's
yeah.
Yep, 2319.
Cast your
nice to see
votes,
it.
chat. If you haven't voted, straw polls in the comments. Cast your votes. Round 3 is a tight one. Who's going to take it? Tech 31 or ASM 129? Wow, interesting. That's interesting that the 129 is, even though it's a small margin, is winning that over that Tech 31, which you don't see very often.
You really don't see that very often.
That's interesting. I don't know what it is. We've always seen, the show's a finicky show. It is a finicky little beat.
Change on a dime, man. Yeah.
I mean, like,
I've seen way worse than this one. If it turns out this way.
yeah, no,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Watch any of my greatest hits.
Yeah, we've seen one that Phil involved that took down a banger.
I was referring more to the coloring book, but
Yeah,
I think
That was last year?
That was a shot at Ali. Just
yeah.
that's all that was. That was personal, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, people gravitate to their thing. Yellow covers, fan favorites, Punisher. Batman's been around forever. Is it stale? Is he just boring?
I get it. So
Yeah.
the argument being that Batman's more stale than Punisher.
Well, I think they're both freaking amazing books in their own right, though. I mean, with Punisher, yes, it's definitely a bit newer, but I mean that grade is very hard to refute in any way, shape, or form too. So I mean, there's also the grade collectors too that are just kind of, wows in general. These are both books that I would kill for in any way, shape, or form. So that's a win-win either way. But Batman, that cover is 100% iconic, Max. 100% iconic.
So Sunil, can the Facebook users get into the straw poll or no?
yes, they can. I am
Okay.
dropping them into the comments.
Okay. I'm just seeing a lot of Tech 31 votes in the chat. Not sure if they can, because they're all
Oh
Facebook.
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And if they can't
Yeah,
access the straw poll, then we'd want to
Yeah,
count
let
them,
me
right?
let me just make sure.
It's
Let me
weird that
just
it's
make-
not authenticating them either. It just says Facebook user as well.
Right. We got bots in here. All
That's-
your followers bots, Matt. Sonia, what's
Some
going
Tech
on?
No.
31 bots.
They're all from the same user. That's fine.
Not for the same user. All right, guys. If you haven't voted, or if you're putting it in the comments, hit that comment in the group right there. Get into the straw poll. Cast your vote. Who's going to take round 3 down? Tech 31 or the ASM 129? 2 banger books. What say you? Wow, 27-20. Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter here, right? 27-22. We'll give it a few. You got one person is voting for you, Phil. They have loyalty to you, my man.
I'm just surprised they knew I was here. This was a stealth. This was a stealth sneak.
Was it a SEAL mission? Was this a SEAL mission? Yeah.
Sneaking in and out before anybody misses me.
So this is an interesting comment. ASM is what you save up for. Tech is what you dream to have. Yeah, fair, right?
Yeah.
Fair.
Yep.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think most of the people in the chat too are. I'm asking for money for Jeff's books right now, so they're probably also pissed at me. They're just like, screw that guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm walking around like rent's due. Rent's due.
Let's do. I'm gonna pass on the book and pay my rent. All right, round 3. We're gonna call it. Give it a couple seconds.
Wow.
Round 3 to wrap it up. Round 3. Your wireless Henry takes it down. Slim margin. ASM 129 takes it. He's got a 3-zip lead. Next book could be curtains for everybody else if Henry takes it in a finale sweep. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
Let's see the sneakers again, right? Yeah.
They want to see your sneakers. Sneakers are going to win. They're ahead. Were those signed, Phil?
These are really cool though. These are the Spider-Man 2. They got the Venom. These are 3D printed, very
Nice.
limited, not easy to find. They sold out within a few minutes. These are pretty dope. These are some of my favorites. I got one other pair.
I got a trade offer for you. I will trade you that Gen 13 collection that I have that you're so eager to read for those sneakers.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Those sneakers are expensive AF.
I would gladly, by the way, trade any voters a 9.8 ASM 129 for any grade Tech 31. So any grade, and any color. So it could be I'll give you an ASM 129 9.8 for a purple 0.5.
These are the Dr. Dooms.
Dr. Dooms. Look at that, huh?
Yeah.
If we were showing sneakers, I would have had my would have pulled out some of my sneakers, but
Yeah.
I didn't. So, anyways. All right, next show will be sneakers.
Well, I'm just saying I'm multi-threat, okay?
There's a lot of
modern
sneakerheads.
You are definitely in multi-threat. All right, round 4. Get your books ready. This could be curtains for the two of you, and Henry could sweep it all here, or it could be an epic comeback. You never know. Round 4. Let's see your books. Oh, look at that. First Gambit. Star Wars 1 and a Tech.
38.
Big one. Big one. Big
Okay, let's start this round with your wireless Henry. Talk
Is
to us
that
about
the
this.
variant?
Yeah, so this is a late last year pickup. So this camera, that's the 35 center.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's you got the 35 center, bro. That's fucking hot.
Yeah, I'd have
Sorry,
to
I'm a
put
Star
this
Wars
one.
dork. I love this shit.
So yeah, I'm hoping for some Star Wars fans in here. So
Look at
Yeah.
this.
tough
Look
to find. Really, really. It took me a long time to find this book. In this grade. So yeah, Star Wars 1, when they first came out with the book, test pilot, like I think it was like 5 or 6 cities where they sent the 35 price. So it's a tough book to find in high grade. Tough to find, period, but in high grade even harder. So
Hell yeah.
if you're a Star Wars guy, and this is it for your collection. So
That is
when I
the
got
grail.
this is for Star Wars folks. This is your grail. So yeah, center 8.5 pagers.
Beautiful book.
Big one in that
Beautiful
grade.
book.
It's a big one in that grade, man. 35-cent variant issue and an 8.5. That's a great pickup right there. Nice book to have.
Right, Phil, tell us
Oh.
what you've got.
Sorry, I'm
up
still
your sleeve.
playing. I'm still here. Okay. I was gobsmacked. As soon as he pulled that out, I'm like, no way. That's I'm sorry. I was a little bit fanboying. So, so here we've got our Gambit. This is this is one of my. I obviously I'm an X-Men guy as well too. Anybody from the '90s remembers, the X-Men as far as what got me into comics and collecting. Was I put a lot of that on Jim Lee, and a lot of the characters that came from that era were a big fan of, and Gambit's one of them.
And the copy in your hand is a newsstand as well. Is that right?
Correct.
Phil had to check.
Correct.
Next up, a book that I've never seen in person.
So if a Tech 31's not going to win, a Tech 38's not going to win. But to go out, I wanted to put this Tech 38. I've shown one each round, but I like this one because it's signed by Bob Kane on the cover.
Oh, what?
Which I think is
What?
Because you're not going to find a lot of them signed, by Bob Kane. Certainly.
Oh my God, bro.
I hear. So I don't know.
No, that's me. I'm just got.
Oh,
you
okay,
guys,
that's Phil.
you
Got
guys
it.
have bombs for days. This is
So
pissing
anyway,
me off.
so it's a 1/5 signed by Bob Kane. Obviously not verified because he's well past in the ground. But anyway, first appearance of Robin. Beautiful book. I'm sure it's not going to beat the Bronze Star Wars, but I wanted to at least go out showing you guys the signature on the Robin.
That is
Fantastic
sick.
book, man. Great
I
book,
can't
man.
even-
Holy shit. Okay, let's run through, and we are attempting to do these in order. So let's start with the Star Wars. The 35. So to give it a bit more context, because I think this is useful. The original 30-cent copy, there are 15,000 on the census of the original 30-cent one. The 35-cent, there are 317. I'll say those numbers again: 317 versus 15,000. This book is very, very rare. And 8.5, there are just 40 copies better, including 2 9.6s. But that 35-cent Star Wars is really, really, genuinely very, very rare. So that's an incredible one to see. The X-Men annual 40 in a newsstand copy. Actually, this one's difficult because CGC don't really break it out in terms of the copies between newsstand editions and normal editions. So we'll just go for the sort of general blue. There are 6,779. There are 6 9.9s on it, which I found surprising. That seems like a relatively high number for it. And the Tech 38 are 146 copies. There are 78 blues. That's it. Just 78 blues. And by the way, 78 blues, I would also say there is a 0 in the signed round. 0. There are no CGC signed books. The thing that Max is holding in his hand is a Bob Kane signed first Robin.
Who did you kill for that, Max? Good Lord.
Also, by the way, Max said something very casually, and I'd love him to just repeat it. Max, are you saying that you own 3 copies of it?
I own a lot more than 3 copies of it. But I'm showing you guys 3 copies of it.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Like, I know I'm showing my age here, but he's like fucking Dan Aykroyd at the end of Trading Places. He's trying to corner the market. What the hell?
Max is a hoarder, not a collector.
If Max has 4 copies, and the implication here is he has more than 4 copies, he has 20% of the available supply.
Max is cornering the market.
It's a bad
God.
math there. But he has a decent number. Fuck me. Wow. Okay.
No,
Good for
You
you,
do you,
Max.
Max.
Good for you, Max. Good for you.
that signature. I mean, I'm a Star Wars file, but I had to. I mean, with that autograph, that's just ridiculous.
Crazy, right?
I had to leave my allegiances at home on that one. I'm sorry,
Well,
Henry, but
and also-
I even had to vote for
Yeah, no.
that one. That was.
It's
that
not
was
going to
crazy.
matter. It won't matter. But just in case anybody hasn't seen, Bob Kane has a pretty sort of unique way of signing his books.
Here,
I don't know
focus
if
in on that
if you
signature,
see that.
guys. I can't see it.
Sorry, hang on. Let me put Max full screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see, he draws like a box on it and a big O.
Yeah.
Bob and
Kinda. Does it say like to Anna?
yeah, I don't know who Anna is, but
Have you thought about changing your name to Anna?
Mistress.
you
Yeah.
said mistress. I think his daughter's name was Anna.
That's his mistress.
Maybe name your future daughter that, Max, so that way you can just it'll go down in history and everybody will be like, yeah, my dad had this signed by
See,
Kane.
okay, so it got in
Oh,
focus there.
nice.
Cool, right?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
that
Can
is
you
cool.
imagine? Can you imagine that story? Anna, how did you get your name? Well, it turns out my dad bought a comic book signed with an Anna. He retrospectively
That's
added
awesome.
my name.
I don't, and then your kid would end up resenting you for that, So
Yeah, until they inherit it one day, they'll get over
Yeah.
it.
No, no,
She
no.
can
It'll pay for the therapy,
Probably
Max.
keep the
It'll
other
pay
8.
for the therapy.
I don't know. Therapy, probably not.
Oh, guys,
Right.
It would pay for a decent amount of therapy.
killers!
Killers.
You guys are just freaking killers. Every
But Dom, thank you for hosting us this whole year.
Oh yeah.
You guys have all been great.
And for everybody participating.
Yeah, it's been a marathon for sure. This is, at the beginning of it, I did tell everybody, I warned everybody, this does take a long time because people have lives and we try to schedule around their lives. I don't try to hold you got to show up today and that's it. So it does take a little bit to get everybody, and we're herding cats and everyone has their lives to do. So I appreciate everybody that has participated, that is here today to maneuver stuff around, to be a part of the show. The show is brutal. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, thanks. Good.
Well, I mean, it's the books here are just amazing. I mean, honestly, it's been this way almost every round, though. I won't lie. Just getting to watch and participate, the guys in this community, and the things that they've been able to collect and bring into their homes is nothing short of amazing. And so much history, just one-off different parts of history. It's been an amazing watch. Little to participate. I know I'm always I like to self-abuse, but at the same time too, it has been an honor to hang out and get to see the books that win or lose. It's just been cool because I haven't gotten to see a lot of these in person ever, like before, ever. let alone with people that I've gotten the chance to meet or chat with online. This is freaking sweet. This is really sweet.
It's a treat, right? If you're in the comic community and you collect, well, it doesn't matter, right? Cheap books, high price books, middle of the road books. This has been a fantastic run of getting to see some amazing books from all different genres and ages, and it's just been, for me, it's been awesome to be able to have people have a platform to share their books and show them to other people, virtually or not, doesn't matter. But typically, you really don't get an opportunity to show off what you have, right? Because your books sit in your room and they're displayed, but who are they displayed for? Yourself, maybe family, your kids, their friends. But
is it too late for me to enter my Spider-Man Lego? Is that too late now? Can I like?
You're out. You're out,
Can I
Phil.
change?
You're done.
Can I change to my Lego display?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I tried. Okay, I tried.
You did. You gave it a valiant effort, Max.
I made it
gave
here.
a
I don't
valiant effort. You showed some great books down to the end, but round 4 is going to go into the books. Your Wireless Henry takes round 4 and takes the Collector Showcase Season 2 crown. Congratulations, Henry. Nothing but a class act all the way through, showing some fantastic books in your collection. Congratulations, man.
No, thank you guys. And yeah, listen, I want to echo what Max said earlier, like Dom, like your time to do what, to do this. And I know it's not easy because it's work on our end, right? But I can only imagine what it is on your end as well. Just kind of everything all together. So Neil, same thing. I know you've been here most weeks, so but yeah, man, and like what you said, right? It's cool because outside of like my brother, maybe 1 or 2 people, I really don't get a chance to really show my books or whatever, or just enjoy them with everybody. So this is a perfect forum for that.
Oh, yeah.
So I agree with 100%.
Yeah, and Dom, I've got this far through the show without mentioning it, but in a previous round, Max and Yaniv both showed Superman 1s in the first round.
They did.
In a matching round, and I was sat at home and I almost spat my drink.
Don't you have one of them now?
Well, looking at the 2 of them, I was like, this is disgusting. And I messaged Yaniv and I was like, it's ridiculous. Will you sell it to me? And he just put a laughing emoji. And then 2 weeks later, he called me back and he was like, you know what? So as grateful as I am for having seen all these incredible books and for being part of this show, I'm also grateful that it managed to unearth me a Superman 1 that I now own in my collection. Maybe I'll show it in season 3, not as a competitor, but that has been one of the additional things that has come out of this series that I am very, very grateful to you all for playing a part.
Absolutely.
That's cool, man.
I appreciate your time, Sunil. I know it's difficult for you because of the time difference. So again, gratitude for you for stepping up and jamming with us on off hours, when you might be sleeping.
No problem.
Whatever. Right.
I'm happy to be involved. Hell of a show. Thank you, everyone.
So Neil, when are you going to get the Action 1?
Oh.
You know what? I said this to someone the other day. I was like, it's out of reach, and they were like, yeah, but you said that before you bought your whole.
That's what I said to you.
Yeah, and then before I bought the restored Superman 1, like a restored Action 1. Like I don't know. You just don't see them. We've never had one, right? This competition.
Well, we did have an Action 1 when
Things and Things.
Things and Things flipped out and lost, and he was like, "Fuck you! Yeah, you want to see big books? I'll show you big books."
Wow.
That shit was crazy. That was one of my favorite bits of these times too.
He showed a Tech 1. He showed a Action 1. He was like, "Yeah, fuck you."
So yeah, it's not on my hit list. Although next on my hit list, which is much smaller, but an Action 23. Action 23 and Superman 4 are the next two on the hit list for me.
you
Action
go.
23 and Superman 4 are the joint first Lex Luthors. My 4 got sold to pay for my Superman 1, so I would like to replace it at some point.
I'm sure you can get
But
a
yeah.
couple with a Superman 1.
Yeah, no, that one's staying for a little while.
Let the guy enjoy it for a little bit, right?
Yeah, that one's staying for a while.
Oh yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up. Everybody, thank you so much. For everybody that was part of the Collector Showcase Season 2, I want to thank you for being a part of it, taking time out of your schedules, and showcasing and sharing your books. Again, congratulations, Henry, Max, and Phil. Time to get bigger books.
We'll do our best.
I've got nowhere to go but up. Okay.
You've got nowhere else to go but up. Max, you might want to get some. I don't know.
You can't say that to Max. There's no.
You can't
I
say
don't
that to Max.
You
Max
can't-
has got-
You want-
You
It
can't
just
say
feels
that to
wrong.
Max.
I don't.
It just feels wrong.
I don't. You want? You said you want me to get some more what?
You got some banger books, Max. It's so hard for you to even say that to you. So it was directed at Phil, right?
I'll
Again,
take that. I'll take
Right.
that.
All right, everybody. We're gonna
Thank
call
you
it.
again. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.